Is it the war over? What conflict is playing out? We are going to have a look on the latest at the market, what virus is playing out, and more. So before we get into the content, I will just do my quick disclaimer. None of this content is a financial advice. You must, as always, learn how to do your own market research. In times that we're living, you really need to do it. Today, we're talking about Bitcoin and the latest developments in our current economy, what to do trading wise, but it's not financial advice, okay? Because I only speculate in things that I'm really passionate about. To get into this market, you really have to ask yourself if you are passionate about those things, because if you're not, it's very likely that you can't stay here for long. Even me, with my entire passion for this market, sometimes I lose my passion. Anyways, let's have a look on a BTC today and perhaps in what's gonna happen. And just a very quick outlook comment. I've been very into AI farming development, and I'm considering a couple of different things because I think it's very important to be wise about the future, to know our environment. And I'm not talking about sustainability because honestly, I don't buy into the topic only for surviving reasons, but the way the things are, and people like Bill Gates in power, accelerating viruses, accelerating vaccines. I think it's a great time to learn how to cultivate not only your own currencies, but also, your food, take care of your health, take care of your family. So it's a very underrated skill. And I've seen that the UAE government, it's heavily investing in AI farming and smart farming. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? And by the way, if you're not subscribed, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm always trying to bring some value, not only on the marketing or trading business side that I do, but also as a human about ownership and sovereignty. And these days, we really have to fight for it. And as I said, it's very interesting how they are reinvesting into farming. Even on the desert, you can grow a lot of food. Earth, well, I'm a bit of a conspiracy person. Earth is the way people really preach to us, and everywhere can be restored and we can grow stuff. I think AI farming and the future of farming, it's absolutely bullish, and I'm very bullish on that. I think I'm gonna look into that. What do you think about it? The way things are going, we really have to think about our environment. Again, not sustainability, but environment itself, because honestly, people don't really care about sustainability. I live in a hotel, and the other day, we were just talking to a manager, and he said, "Oh, we're trying to rotate the towels because we aim to be a sustainable hotel." And I'm like, mate, we are in the middle of the war in the Middle East, and you're telling me that you are trying to rotate the towels because you care about the sustainability. When it comes to food and development and farming, great, sweet. But I think sustainability, it's really, really off topic, and we should be focused on, being sufficient and developing our own land and taking care of our environment. Let's go into the Bitcoin price today. Resistance, it's very likely that we'll go even further. Let me pull up because every time I draw it differently, but it's still here. So now we are in the middle of the range, or support resistance, you name it. And I personally believe that we're gonna break new heights, potentially around 92,000 up to 98k, 97. We don't know really exactly if we're going to close the box perfectly. Would be around 98,000, which is the previous stop. However, if you haven't catch this opportunity, it might be a very great entry for you shortly. You just have to go to the 1 hourly time frame and position yourself on a best moment. And I believe that we are actually on a great entry. And again, it's a probability. We can go up, we can go down. It's really, really up to the market. But statistically saying, according to the basic TA, I believe we're going to do a new high this week. However, when it comes to this conflict in the Middle East, I think we are very likely to finish sooner or later. But we need to analyze the dynamics, since the longer they can carry on, sometimes the better is for them, because some people make money through defense and art system and stuff like that that don't really benefit humanity, as I mentioned. But however, that's how the business is playing out. So I feel like everybody is not engaging anymore. What do you guys think? I think the war is no longer an engagement. And if you really notice, like, things tend to finish when they don't really get much engagement anymore, because it's not a new thing. It's not a new news. Do you know what I mean? And this is what the media is living off, and also the government. They need to have something new all the time to move the markets, all the time to do whatever they have to do. And you need to learn how to navigate behind the scenes. So speculations, okay, I am crazy, you shouldn't follow me, but is no longer a topic. And now they kind of pushing this antivirus thing. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. I really hope that society will not drop into another scam. But, unfortunately, we have old people, we have different people in the world, and sometimes they believe everything they see. Be careful out there. The COVID is an absolutely scam, and this is no different. Apparently, the virus is the topic of today. We have nothing new on this market, and if you know, you know. They need something new all the time to just keep pushing, right? And yeah, this is a very, very interesting topic. Sometimes I get a lot of hate across socials, but I'm absolutely fine and used to it. And I posted that tax is a big scam in life. You pay tax on the money you make, you're paying tax on the money you spend, and paying taxes on the things you own that you already pay tax on with already taxed money. Don't you think taxes is scam? Let me know, because people tend to be very, very sensitive about this topic. And I was also one of them. It took me a really long time to realize that I was in a very bad environment for my financial life. And I said, you know what? I'm not feeding this system anymore, and I don't want to pay tax, and I'm totally fine with it. But when you bring up this topic, it's very, very sensitive. People go crazy because they don't want to believe and don't want to accept it. That the idea of tax is to develop society, but just look into our current government. What the hell are they doing with your tax money? Nothing good, for sure. Engagement around the war, it's going low. So scientists are also dying. This girl died. I don't want to talk much about it, but don't you find it suspicious? And yeah, this is the current scenario of 2026. And I made a post about that long time ago, actually. And look what's happening. Do you think this is a yearly calendar, familiar calendar? However, even if the war doesn't finish completely, it might be one thing here, other thing there, but I do really believe that they just bought something else because the war is no longer engaging, and they need to follow the agenda, which is in the Economy magazine cover page of 2026. And if you haven't seen, I will leave the link down below to my post where you can see. And yes, nothing new, like literally just war and hantavirus, and it's like forever the same thing that never change. I'm trying to search smart money, and I see that stable coins are on the rise, and governments and money people are getting into stable coins. And also I think farming is going to be something else. And I'm very, very passionate and interested on this topic, not only because I love plants, but I really think it's a great investment. Femex has loads of bonus going on, very important for you to make the most on your trading these days. Especially right now, the market is not doing much. So you can come and trade and participate on the bonus. Okay, I will leave the link down below. You can trade SpaceX, OpenAI, and this is what I've been doing sometimes. I've been trading those coins that you get bonus, so you get some cash back, and you can also get the lucky draw. And yeah, many competitions going on. And I'm still betting on the fall of a couple of memes, but I'm not gonna mention today because it's not a utility, it's just a trading site, okay? And I do different things. So yeah, guys, I will leave the link to Fimex here, and I think it's a very great platform, easy to access, loads of bonuses, and yeah. Today, the Fear and Greedy Index is at 48, so it's still early here in Dubai. See what the Wall Street opening will do this Monday. Smart capital is still moving, even if we don't really see it. And that's the main thing, right? You've got to be able to catch up those things. And I do not recommend by any circumstances to get involved with World Liberty Financial Token. Even they claiming to be a very great asset. However, some of these stablecoins are true, but do not feel bullish having Donald Trump as a crypto president. They use their name to bank off the industry, basically. And yeah, unfortunately, those things have to be considered. And besides that, if you look into the real USDT, it's a very great thing to have a stablecoin market and see the transactions is really getting huge. And that's a sign because if you look into our current economy, and everything that is happening, it's very surprising that crypto is holding, right? Meaning no one trusts the government anymore, and we need a different system. We need a different system. And going back to the previous conversation, is that it's so tricky to find the right investments, right? And I don't really recommend anyone because I'm not a financial advisor, but I love investments and I really love discovering things and I'm very curious. And I believe AI farming and development when will save billions of lives are absolutely underestimated. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and let's see what this week will play out for crypto, for the war, and to the entire world actually. Let's have a look and see what the development will be. Regardless, I really wish you guys a great week ahead, and I believe together we can make the most. Do not forget to like and subscribe into the channel. Also, have a look across the socials. Go to my LinkedIn. Feel free to connect. It's a pleasure to work with people that are great and building long term things. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.